challenge with this Utah offense. Scoring 40 points a game, conference champions, and it's going to start with they do a great job of just questioning your toughness down and down. The way they pound the football. One thing you always worry about in bowl games, you haven't played in a month. You kind of got to restart, you got to reestablish your toughness. Tackling is always crucial in bowl games, so I think those will all be the big things. You mentioned the word relentless. We have to run the football, with the tackle, all the things that every defense warrior is going to say. But we haven't played in a month. I think they take on an even bigger emphasis. Regardless of the results, how do you make sure whether we blitz, you said.
I said, how do you, regardless of obviously you blitz not so much exact, but regardless of that, you got some regardless of the results, how do you make sure you're in this station?
Yeah, because I don't think the blitz doesn't really matter in terms of our confidence. I think what matters is, look, you have a whole of parts, right? And what you do every week as a coach is you pull apart the whole, you get the parts individually better. And when every player gets better through the course of the season, the unit gets better. And we played well in September, but we were better in October, and we were much, much better in November. And I think the reason why is because when you watch the film, you don't get really caught up as much in the results as you get caught up in the performance. And I think the more we've been able to just critique our performances, the things that we like, the things that we don't like, and to our players' credit, they've continued to work to be the best version of themselves. And I think they would say that we still probably have our best performance out there. I don't think we played as good as we played defense in the ball show.
Manny, what have you seen from
Abdul during the course of the season? Obviously, he came into the program tremendously physically gifted, but where has he gotten better as the season went on?
I think with Abdul, it's his preparation and understanding his role within the defense. Early this season, he flashed, and then the next week you could kind of see that maybe he tried to do things his own way, and then the next game he kind of locked in, flashed again, and then I think it's going one more game to really understand, okay, I just need to do my job, and if I do my job, then as you mentioned, his physical attributes will be accentuated, and that's really what we helped him in the final 6 weeks of the season. I think it helped us as a defense in the final 6 weeks of the season. Is that guys sometimes believe they have to put on a cape and do something special, and with his skill set, if he just does his job, he will be noticed on the field.
And the constructive criticism at practice yesterday, you got on him a couple of times. Some players may not be open to that. I mean, especially young players who are really good. How has he responded to tough coaching?
Well, Abdul wants to be great, and I've told him my job is to help him achieve greatness. And what happens is when you have success for a freshman, and I kind of almost put that in his face, like he played well for a freshman. And do you want to? Is that it? Is this as good as it gets, or is there more? And I think he's got high goals, high aspirations, and generally speaking, high achievers. They don't want to be BS'd, right? They want to be told if it's good, it's good, and if it's not good, it's not good. And truth be told, that's really the way that we coach all of our guys. If we like it, we're going to say, we like it. If we don't like it, we're going to tell them we don't like it, and that's how we coach our guys.
Manny, what have you seen from Cam Rising that stuck out to you?
When your quarterback is tough, your entire offense is tough. Because just by the nature of the game, the guy touches the ball every play, and everybody on the sideline is watching your quarterback. And so when he can demonstrate that he's tough, everybody's level of toughness picks up. And so you see a guy who everyone in the team, football's not very complicated from the time we were playing Little League, right? The players want to believe, right? They want to believe they can win, and they believe that they can win. They can believe in the guy that touches that ball every play. Then they think that they've got a better chance if I'm the left guard, if I'm the tight end, if I'm the X receiver, whatever. And what you can see what Utah has is Utah has belief. They believe in their leader. Why wouldn't they? Because of the way that he plays the game. When they need a play, whether it's a 2-point conversion in the first matchup against Southern Cal, they're going to call his number, and he's demonstrated, with pretty routine effectiveness that he's going to deliver when it's called.
When you prepped for Utah and you watched their tape, is there any comps to a team you played this year, any team in the Big Ten?
There is to many teams we played in the Big Ten, because I think stylistically, they want to huddle, they want to run the football. Their throwing game comes off of running the football, and they want to protect their defense. And that's the thing you see. You see that a program, I think, Coach Whittingham and what he's been able to establish, and the stability they've been able to have in Utah, and to understand that they have an elite defense, and they're comfortable playing low-scoring games. They're comfortable not putting their defense in bad situations. They don't allow negative plays on offense. They don't get sacked on offense. They do a good job of taking the ball on offense. All things that would put your defense in a bad position. So yeah, there's certainly a mixture of teams that we've played in our league. You could argue that they may have more of a Big Ten style than what you see traditionally out west, and you could also argue that might be why they're so successful. Because it feels to me, from the outside, that the tougher team normally wins this league. You can say that about most of them, but it feels like in the Pac-12, when SC had it rolling there for a while, when Stanford had it rolling there for a while, and certainly Utah in the last 2 years has been the toughest team in this league, and it's no surprise that that's gotten these back-to-back Rose Bowls.
So what's it like scheming for a team that uses the tight end as much as they do?
Yeah, well, you've got to be disciplined. Because what happens is that the tight ends do a great job of run blocking, and if you get your eyes in the wrong place, all of a sudden you leave those guys wide open. You see a lot of plays. I mean, when you look at the yards, there's one thing to have tight ends touch the ball. When you look at the yards per completion, those are wide receiver yards per completion. You put tight ends should have 25 yards per catch. Doesn't make any sense. So it shows that they're talented. They can do things out there. But it also shows that we always say you have to keep rising and lunging. If you keep rising and lunging, these guys all of a sudden are open. So we're blessed. We feel like we've got 3 great tight ends we see every day in practice. So we do get a little bit of prep for that. But what you can't simulate is the motioning and the shifting, and that's really what they do a good job of schematically. Everyone that's played it has known you guys down the tight end. It wasn't like, we just take a month of preparation. Aha! The key is the tight end is in the passing offense. And yet, no one's been able to do it. So it's a credit to how they do it schematically, and a credit to what kind of players these guys are.
What's the biggest improvement Johnny's made?
Well, the back they played without, but the tight end, and I don't know who decides the tight end award for everybody, but that guy's a good tight end. He was really, really special. We felt that we have a corner that's a good thing about the country. We felt like our corner was really special. So this is part of both games, you got to play with the guys that are there. But I think what you've seen is in the development of how they've been able to rotate many tight ends throughout the course of the season and rely on different types of targets. It's still going to be a major task for us to stop that part of the passing offense.
What's the biggest improvement Johnny's made over the course of the year?
Johnny Dixon?
Yep.
I think it's just in his confidence. I think the key when you go from being a spot guy to really we consider him a co-star all year, and obviously did start most of November. Look, we're going to challenge. We're going to play man coverage. We're going to catch a ball, right? And can you line up with that same level of confidence the next play? And I think that started, we saw it back in spring, we saw it in training camps. I think that had been, before I got here, maybe the story on Johnny, up and down. And everybody says that you got to have a short memory when you play corner. And I think his confidence has grown as he's had more success through the year. But it's not just your confidence doesn't come from success. Your confidence also comes from how do you handle failure, right? And I'm really proud of the strides that Johnny's made. And that's been a big part of the reason why I've been able to play pass defense. Even though we had Joey, I don't know we could have done what we have been able to do without having Johnny's development.